The road that wasn't on the map, extended horror story. We thought it would be just another road trip. There were 4 of us this time: Jack, Emily, Mike, and me. We had left California late in the evening, planning to reach Arizona before morning. The highway was almost empty, and the desert stretched endlessly on both sides of the road like a dark ocean of sand and stone. At first, everything felt normal. Music played quietly in the car. Mike was joking about how we would stop for breakfast somewhere cheap and terrible. Emily stared out the window, counting the stars. Jack focused on the road. Then the radio began to crackle. A sharp burst of static cut through the music, followed by a low whispering sound. It almost sounded like someone breathing directly into the microphone. Jack tapped the radio. Bad signal. But no matter what station he tried, the same sound followed us. Emily checked her phone. There's no signal here. I leaned forward from the backseat. That's normal in the desert. She shook her head slowly. No, I mean the road is gone. It's not on the map anymore. We all looked at her screen. The blue GPS line ended behind us. Ahead of us was nothing but gray space. Mike laughed. So we drove off the edge of the world? Nobody answered. The air in the car felt heavier, like the night itself was pressing against the windows. After nearly an hour, we saw a light in the distance. A single neon sign flickered weakly, surrounded by darkness. Gas. Only 3 letters still worked. We pulled in. The station looked abandoned, but one pump was running, and a man stood beside it, smoking a cigarette. His face was pale, and his eyes looked tired, or empty. You shouldn't be driving this road, he said before we could speak. Jack frowned. We're just looking for a motel. The man smiled, but his smile never reached his eyes. There is one. Down there. But people who stop don't usually leave. Mike forced a laugh. Nice story, man. The man looked at Emily for a long moment. Especially young ones. Emily moved closer to Jack. We got back into the car quickly. As we drove away, I looked back. The gas station light disappeared in the mirror. It was as if it had never existed. 10 minutes later, the motel appeared. A broken sign creaked in the wind. Sunset Motel. Someone had painted over the word sunset with black lines. Only one window glowed with weak yellow light. The parking lot was empty. No other cars. No voices. Just the sound of wind and insects. Emily whispered, "Let's go somewhere else." Jack hesitated, then parked. We're all tired. One night, the office door was unlocked. Inside, dust covered everything. A bell sat on the counter, but when Jack rang it, the sound echoed too loudly, like the building was hollow. The key for room 6 was waiting on the desk. No name, no record, just a key. Our room smelled of old fabric and rusted metal. The beds were neatly made, but the sheets were yellowed with age. In the bathroom mirror, words were carved deep into the glass: "Do not fall asleep." Mike tried to joke. Guess someone had insomnia. Emily didn't laugh. That night, none of us could sleep. The wind outside howled like distant voices. Every few minutes, we heard footsteps in the hallway, but when Jack opened the door, no one was there. Then the crying started. Soft. Broken. Like someone trying not to be heard. It came from the bathroom. Emily stood up slowly. Hello? The light turned on by itself. The mirror was fogged, and through the steam, I saw a woman's outline. She was standing behind Emily, but only in the mirror. Her face was pale and wet with tears. He killed me here, she whispered. And now you are here too. The lights went out. Emily screamed. When the lights returned, the woman was gone. Mike said he needed air and went outside. Minutes passed. Then we heard his voice, screaming our names. We ran outside, but the parking lot was empty. Mike's phone lay on the ground, still recording. On the screen, he was running through the darkness. I can hear him behind me, he whispered. For 1 second, the camera turned, and we saw the man from the gas station walking calmly toward him. Then the screen went black. Emily collapsed to her knees. We searched the office and found old newspapers and police reports. One headline read, "Motel owner suspected in multiple disappearances. Case unsolved, 1998. The photo showed the same man. The crying woman appeared again. Her body looked broken, half transparent. He trapped our souls here, she said. This road feeds him. You cannot leave once you arrive. The door slammed shut. Footsteps approached. The man's voice echoed through the hallway. You were warned. Jack grabbed Emily's hand and ran. I followed. The halls twisted and stretched longer than before. Doors appeared where there were no doors. The man's shadow followed us on the walls. Jack pushed Emily through the back door. "Don't stop," I heard his scream. Emily ran until flashing red and blue lights filled her vision. Police pulled over. "They're dead," she cried. "The motel? The man?" The officer looked confused. "There is no motel here. It burned down 20 years ago." Emily turned. There was nothing behind her but empty desert. Her hands were fading. She looked at the police car window. No reflection. "I never escaped," she whispered. The wind carried her voice down the empty road. Some roads are not on any map. They only appear when they are hungry. And once you drive them, they never let you go.